Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Retrothon. My name is LizStar, and I am joined by d4gr0n this morning to bring some Ristar with you. Ristar, do you get it? It's a thing. I might like this game a little bit. How y'all doing? How are you doing, d4gr0n? You tired?
A little. Just a little.
Me too. I have to go to work in an hour and 10 minutes, so...
Yeah. In other words, we can't waste much of any time, so...
I'm ready to go when you are, d4gr0n.
I am ready whenever.
Alright, well, let me count us down. 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck.
So, Ristar... Oh, go ahead.
Nope.
Oh.
You have the honors.
Ristar is a late-era Genesis platformer. You can tell with how freaking gorgeous it is. One of the most beautiful games on the Genesis, in my opinion.
Yeah, it came pretty late in the system's life cycle, so, I mean, it's somewhat didn't catch on, just because, you know, that's how it's like for any game that's released late in a console's lifespan.
But it caught on in, like, cult classic, I guess you could say. Everyone who's played it acknowledges that this is definitely one of the best games on the Genesis. It is my personal favorite game of all time. You might be able to tell what was my name. I like it a little bit. I've played it on here quite a few times, in fact, because everyone who's like, "Hey Liz, play your favorite game," and I boot this up every time. I can play it for forever.
Yeah,
which, for the record, is a good thing to do when you actually, like, speedrun. Find a game you can just play it forever. So, I'm assuming d4gr0n did as well. I just did a trick called log skip. The main gimmick of this game are the poles here that you can swing on, and normally you're supposed to kind of hit the log, and then Ristar will look at it and go "Oh gosh, I hit a log! Wow!" But you can just fly over it with very precise timing by using the spinners.
Yeah, and that's accomplished with the star poles. Star poles are the real main speed tech in this game. You notice Ristar actually walks pretty slow, so we like to utilize tools that actually can make us go fast. So I'm actually on the first boss here, and there's a quick kill setup with them, and I got it.
I'm really bad at the quick kill setup in marathons. I haven't gotten it in ages.
Yeah, it's actually pretty tricky. You really have to make sure to get one final grab bounce off before the monkey latches on to Riho's back. But sometimes you can be just a little bit late on it.
Like me. Mm-hmm. It is very precise movement, and it's all what's it called? Muscle memory. That's all that powers it for me.
Yeah. Alright, so Undertow.
Go ahead.
You know how swimming levels tend to be really awful? Well, not in Ristar. Ristar actually can swim, and he can swim really, really fast, and I mean, it makes sense. He's got powerful hands and wrists and arms. So, it makes sense that he'd be able to swim really fast. Oh my goodness.
I also swim with my wrists. This level, in order to go fast, it's one of the most fun levels to go fast. Since you know what you're doing, you know exactly where to go, and you just move so fast through the level.
There is some enemies, though, that are placed in a bit of odd positions that are easy to get hit by them. But if you know what you're doing...
Position yourself. Yeah, you have to position yourself perfectly in order to dodge them. So, I'm at the first the mini boss of this level. Each world is 3 levels, one with a mini boss, one with no boss, and then the boss, which is barely a level, usually. And most of the mini bosses are pretty laughable. This one is just a bunch of enemies show up in the background and you gotta wait for them to actually come so you can hit them. Not much to it. There is some RNG involved, and we haven't mentioned it yet, but this game is incredibly RNG heavy.
Yeah, it's if it doesn't seem so evident right now with the RNG, you'll get a good taste of what we're talking about when we get to the boss in this world. Because he's probably the biggest offender of the bunch.
Except for maybe a new trick that was just discovered, like, last week.
Oh yeah, but I'm assuming neither of us are going to be going for that.
No, I'm not going for that. I'm going for the like easier setup of the trick though.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Undertow 2, Undertow 2 is a pretty technical level. Pretty easy to mess it up. Okay. Actually, I feel that I actually took that hit there. These mollusks are... I guess they're mollusks. It's actually, the bigger ones are actually pretty easy to get hit by. And that chest, those 2 chests there, it's a 50-50 chance whether you get an enemy or a star. You want the star because that means you can advance to the next part sooner. Nice. That was actually a really good Undertow. Wow.
Nice. Yeah, you're quite a ways ahead of me already. It's okay. The next boss is Osat, and he can give or take a run just like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, this Hammerhead Shark, he has a number of things that he can do. He can cause falling rocks to fall down. And you can't hit him when he does this. He can also throw out jellyfish, explosive jellyfish like this, and you can't grab him when he does this. And the worst part is, 2 patterns from now, he's now gonna throw 2 fishes. And I can't do anything about this either. So already I'm off to a really bad start with the luck. Yep, so here's the double fish. Now let's see what pattern he's gonna give me here. Okay, a charge. I need to be able to grab him. Okay, that's good. So the next one, he's gonna try and do a standard pattern. Pretty sure. This is kind of a weird fight. I actually haven't gone through the details, but I believe there's about 4 different patterns he can choose from, and what he follows it up with.
3 of them you can hit him with, 3 of them you can't. For each pass through where the water level, you can do 2 where you can't hit him max. So you can have I believe it's either 5 or 6 times where he's just impossible to hit. Currently I have 4. That was like the worst RNG on Osat I've seen in a long time.
Wow. Yeah, Osa wasn't treating, I mean, he didn't treat me too bad. He still gave me jellyfish, which isn't good, but it sounds like I still had it better than you did. Yikes.
Absolutely.
All right. So, I guess I'll take the time to explain, since I'm a little bit in the lead here, but I'm carrying this statue here, and I need to carry it to a nice little spot that Chubbis, one of the runners, found out that there is a Easter egg hidden passage. And we're gonna utilize it right here, make this big giant hole here, utilize the real good swing there, and right away I'm at the memory game. So, this is Kick-Ass Pancake's favorite part of the game. Yep. As you can see, you gotta hit these orbs, or orblets? I forget exactly what they're called, but you gotta hit them in the order that they are shown. As you can see the numbers on them. That is the order we have to hit them at. There's the 3rd and final part of this. There won't be any number. But I got a pretty standard pattern. That should be pretty easy to... That was actually a really, really good pattern at the end there. Pretty easy to memorize that one. Alright, so Scorch 2 is a very technical stage. Perfect for
in my opinion, the hardest stage in the game. If one of.
Yeah.
Maybe tied with Sonata.
I would probably say it's the hardest stage, even if it's really, really short stage. But, yeah, there are 3 very, very technical Star Pools swings that you need to do. And that was actually a relatively clean Scorch 2, actually. I'm legit surprised there.
Nice job.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so the boss of Scorch is another luck-based fight. When he shows up in the foreground here, he can choose to stay up in the air or fall down to the ground like he just did. That is, it's ideal he goes to the ground. Otherwise, if he chooses the air, it's an automatic 2-second time loss over the other. So obviously you want him to go to the ground. And the free fall section is where a lot of people tend to struggle quite a bit with this fight, casually speaking. It's kind of hard to predict what his pattern is, or what kind of pattern he's going to give you when you're in free fall.
I love this guy. I love his noise he makes too. It's the it's my text tone alarm.
Oh, you mean the one where he is in the background?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's my text tone. And my ringtone is the end of level music. I got what probably amounts to like a gold, if not close, by the way, in Scorch 2. So
nice.
I'm making my way.
Making your way. Alright,
this run can still go anyway.
Baby Orange, Jesus be with you. Okay, so...
d4gr0n, for the record, is like one of the best runners of this game. You are tied for world record right now, right?
Yeah. I believe I'm probably a fractions of a second ahead of Chubbis, but since we don't actually calculate our PBs by milliseconds, I mean, it hasn't come to that point yet, and it probably never will. As of this time, yes, Chubbis and I are tied. We'll both be looking to improve our times. I'm assuming Chubbis will try to, considering his death in Freon 2.
Yeah, he got a world record despite having a death. It was one of the most impressive runs I've seen.
Yeah. Alright, so far I've had a clean Sonata 1, but now comes the hard part. Oh my god, and I got it first try. What?
Nice job.
Alright, so... yeah.
That Sonata skip, it's like a 1-frame trick, basically. You have to release perfectly and then grab perfectly, and it is very difficult to do. The hardest trick in this game takes a lot of practice to get that down. We didn't get to talk about it, but I just messed up a trick called the God Cycle, where if you do everything in the first part of the stage perfectly, you're able to beat a cycle and get through it a little bit faster. My turn.
Alright. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Nice mistake at the start of Sonata, too. Alright, so, these ballerinas are awful. Hopefully I'm able... Hopefully, okay. Oh, nope. The cars did not treat me nice, so this means I'm taking a hit to that ballerina. Now I'm gonna have to take a big risk here, and I could die for this. I'm gonna skip the drum cycle. And the risk paid off. So I actually, when you grab an enemy, you have a little bit of iframes before you actually take a hit. It's not too much generosity, but you do have a little bit of iframes, even if you're not actually noticeably flashing or anything. But I kind of took advantage of that, so I didn't take hit with spikes, and managed to prevent dying in a very key and crucial part. So that was pretty nice. Alright, so Awik. Awik is exhibit number 3 of a boss with very horrible RNG elements to it. And she almost screwed me by doing the music dropping thing as its first attack. But I was just quick enough to grab the perch there before that actually happened. She can also do a feather attack, and this is not good. This can potentially waste about probably at least 5 seconds, assuming it's only done once. Wow. You saw a few feathers there, but of course I was able to grab her there, and the most important thing is I actually finished with full health. So that means Ristar's victory animation actually was allowed to proceed faster, sooner, I mean.
I did not actually know that. Is the victory animation tied to health?
Yeah. Yeah,
I've often wondered that.
Yeah, so that's kind of the thing. If you finish a boss fight with not the full level health, you actually will not do the double backflip, and it actually saves time to finish fights at not the full health value. Usually. Sometimes it's different, like obviously you can't do it with Rio, since to do that fight the fastest, you need to finish that fight at full health. And then, Awik actually, it's faster to finish at full health, just because the Ristar does his victory animation while the curtains are still trying to draw to a close, whereas he would end up waiting if he wasn't at full light. Alright, so last time I did this fight, I really botched it. Snowball fight's really hard.
In my opinion, the hardest mini-boss when you're speedrunning. Otherwise, it's Commander Hat, the boss of the next level. You have to release the snowball at the perfect time. Basically, when Ristar stands still in this level, he does a little cute animation where he makes a snowman, and you actually use that animation to fight the boss by creating snowballs. It is RNG how long it takes him to create a snowball, which sucks.
Yeah, it's yet another luck factor.
I love this level though so much. It's so much fun to do fast. The like ice sliding mechanics. This game is special in that the water level and the ice level are like the best levels. They're just a lot of fun to play. Just fast and smooth. The boss is really hard though. You release the snowball at the perfect time to release like a slugger ball, and you hit the bully, as I call him, with like he can't block it. Normally you have to time your hits. I aim for a white like thing in the background. That's a good indication of when I should release it. But either way, RNG can still be rude.
Yeah. So that section that I was at in Freon 2, it's kind of a rough section. You need to grab those ceilings while going back and forth on that slippery ground, and you need to grab it a certain way in order to maintain your movement momentum, so you can actually make those jumps. And the higher you go, as soon as you go like a certain height, the orbit with all those spikes dancing around him in the water, he will eventually respawn once you go too high. Oh Jesus. Wow. I forgot what pattern I was on.
Oh no. Are you fighting Edomore?
Yeah, I'm fighting Edomore. It's fine. I got eaten by him, but of course that's because I forgot that he was gonna do that particular pattern.
Fun facts about Edomore. Edomore is a lot of fun. So, He has a last name. This is like the only character in this game who has a last name. His name is Eat 'em More Lunch. And in the American version, he is an abominable snowman, but we are playing on the Japanese version only because he's a cat, no other reason. No, that's not true. There are a few reasons to play on the Japanese version. It's technically like 3 frames faster due to one animation being removed in Automaton 1. But that's not really the reason we do it. We mostly do it because in Sonata 1, the mini-boss, it attacks in, like, patterns, and in the Japanese version, it shows you which ones are going to attack. In the American version, you just gotta guess and hope that the one that you're attacking is going to be attacking.
Yeah.
But they made Itamor here an abominable snowman in the American version because this is a reference to the concept of Nekojita, cat's tongue, with spicy foods and all that. And they didn't think that would really make sense for Americans. But sentient stars flying through space makes a lot of sense. They removed a lot of weird stuff for the American version of this game. The cat is cute, though. I love the noise it makes. Wow, wow, wow.
Okay, so right now I'm trying to actually attempt the automaton skip, and I'm kind of struggling. Okay, now I got it. Took a fair bit of time, but that's pretty much the only glitch in the game that the speedrun actually utilizes. It's pretty tricky to get that grab and just swing around a pole that you technically were not supposed to be able to grab from, since any pole that has a row of spikes on one side, you're supposed to take damage to it.
It is the trick I'm the worst at. I ran this game at GDQ in 2018, and by the way, our friend Chuvis is running it at SGDQ in a few months. So check that out, because Chuvis is awesome. But I had to skip Automaton Skip because I'm just terrible at it.
It really is a pretty tricky. It's a pretty tricky trick to get.
I got that. I got it pretty quick too. Gosh darn it.
But yeah, that fight I was actually on, that's Commander Pad, right?
Commander.
Yeah, so the fight's actually pretty interesting. He has 4 different patterns he can do, and which one he starts with, he'll actually do twice in the fight before you defeat him. So it's ideal to get one of either the circle pattern first, or I guess we'll call it the ring pattern, because that's kind of what the perspective makes it look like anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the fight. He does 5 sets of attacks, and which one he does first, he does twice, since he does the first one again a second time. And, well, Automaton 2 is really just, oh, that looks a little too high. I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah.
Ooh, did you mess up the Liz trick?
I messed up the Liz trick, but I think I grabbed it and then from a little bit higher and was able to knock the platform. I made the platform go up and down instead, and I think that's what Harem calls the backup strat.
I discovered a trick, and I'm bad at naming tricks, so it's just called the Liz strat. Of just it's a 2-frame window of when you can grab that platform, and it is the fastest and, in my opinion, easiest way to do it. But some people are just not good at it.
Yeah, it is pretty tricky. Like sometimes the thing with this game is that you can just mashing the button doesn't always mean you're gonna grab on the very first frame. So that's probably why it's considered pretty tricky for some people. But yeah, Automaton 2 for the most part is just a series of trials. And some more difficult than others, admittedly. Some are pretty simple.
There's also a glitch in that room called the pancake glitch, which was discovered by Kick-Ass Pancakes, one of the runners of this game and a dear friend. And it's not useful, but what it does is you have the platforms pancake you into the teleporter, and as you are teleporting, they also push you into the wall, and you touch the loading zone to the end of the level. Usually if you touch the right side of a stage, it just ends the level. So it starts the end of level music. However, if you try and like mash perfectly to end the level faster than it teleports you to the next area, you'll crash the game. Unless you're playing in the beta, in which case you will skip this level, and it is, if anyone actually ran the beta, it would be the fastest speed strat, but the beta's not that fun. The star pulls that we use to do all our fun glitches, they, in the beta and in hard mode of this game, you can't control you can't control yourself after you let go. Basically, as soon as you let go while in star mode, as I call it, you are moving in that direction no matter what. Alright, so I'm coming up on Ernim. You probably just beat him.
Yeah. So, Uranium is... It's not an actual luck-based fight, but sometimes it might seem like it, but really for the most part, it's a fight where his pattern is based on kind of where you're standing in accordance to him, like the distance away from him or something like that. Ideally, you want him to do the Hadouken attack. Right, good swing there. And I am currently about to face the Ibar fight. Now, for the most part, this fight doesn't really have too... This is actually kind of a weird fight where you can lose like 5 seconds due to an extra sort of attack pattern, which is like an extra boomerang attack and whatnot. And it looks like I am going to prevent it here. There's the... I'm going to take that hit to the boomerang just to cut out the victory animation. And I'm going to go off and face Greedy, which has many, many evil things that can happen.
One of the hardest bosses on the Genesis. Final bosses, definitely.
Yep, you can have a phantom grabs happen to you. You can get sucked into a black hole and instantly die. You can have... This guy summon ads 2 times in a row, which is really bad luck. Yeah, just one final luck factor.
The game does not give you peace. Okay, so
d4gr0n
is almost done.
Yeah, unfortunately he got the... Oh, I got sucked into the black hole.
Oh no!
Okay. So, unfortunately, we have to do that fight again. I couldn't grab him before he did the black hole, and unfortunately, once he does the black hole, you can't actually grab him anymore. And, yeah. That's the same with his Orblet abs that he likes to summon as a shield, like he just tried to do there. Oh, and he does it again. Nice.
If y'all are thinking that I might have a chance, I doubt it. I am actually very good at the Greedy fight, but I doubt I'll be able to make it back up. I'm going into him now. We'll be close, though.
Alright, and that's time. So, kind of an unfortunate death there at the end, but it happens. Unfortunately, the problem with the black hole fight is that while he's doing that attack, more orblets are going to spawn on the ground and start walking around, and it actually becomes pretty tricky trying to avoid taking a hit, which will end up knocking you closer towards the black hole and getting you sucked in there.
Alright, so I got a good greedy. Just a few more hits. One more hit here. And time. 29:33.
Sub 30!
Woo! Sub 30 I'm always happy with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's Ristar.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best games of all time.
Highly recommended. Game's pretty active right now.
Mm-hmm. If y'all want to speedrun it, I have a few videos up on my YouTube page that's a tutorial from like 3 years ago that I never finished. Which I've been meaning to get back into at some point. Very outdated.
There is a Discord as well, if you are interested. We runners of the game are more than happy to answer any questions you might have, as well as any issues you might arise. We're willing to answer those too.
You can find the link to it in our speedrun page, in our speedrun.com page. I have it posted up there. Yeah, anything else, d4gr0n?
Nope.
Alright.
All I have to say is good luck to... Gosh, what is the next run?
I have the schedule up here somewhere. I have like 1,000 schedules because I'm in 3 marathons this week.
Oh, isn't it like Jim Henson and something?
Really? Oh, that's exciting.
It's a very, very long title. That's why I couldn't remember it. Well, good luck to the runner. We probably should have them swap us out so that you can go to work and they can get to the next run.
Yes. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. And have a wonderful rest of Retrothon. I'll be doing another run. I'll see you then.